Hello, and welcome back to CrestVahllen D&D, The Argent Flame. This will be episode 33, Bread, Wine, Seat. Without further ado, let's get into the recap of the previous episode. As the shade ponders pensively in a place hidden and away, the Argent Flame catches the breath after an unexpected harrowing encounter with the Dorkenin Rye. Taking in the scene, Pinjack's dark elf mentor lies dead, the entire faction cell murdered bloody, and Sasha's body lies lifeless, but intact, still linked to Argus by odd blood magic. The contingency amulet is analyzed, revealing some sort of triggered teleportation mechanism as well. Back at a secret inner sanctum, the Shade entreaties a group of commanding individuals for aid, and it is granted in the form of the Shadow and Tiffany, but with a caveat of a bloodlust potion. Shade and Tiffany share an intimate evening after the former dispatches a terrified bard with a well-thrown dagger, satisfying the bloodlust. Retrieval of Sasha's body is of the utmost importance and must be dealt with quickly, and so the three depart after said rest. Within the late faction's hideout, Argus capitalizes on his blood link he finds himself inexorably tethered to and extracts the soul from Sasha's body, depositing it into his Soulforge hammer. The party decide to leave the body of the fallen Dorkenin Rye as is, including returning the contingency amulet. The gang then depart to do some last-minute shopping and gathering of goods before reconvening back at the Firebeard home, where the family is told to flee and go to ground. Regrettably, they comply, leaving the prodigal son with no hint as to where they will go or how to find them. The forge doused without ceremony. Now, let's get back to the action. Welcome back to CrestVahllen.
Hello, and welcome back to CrestVahllen D&D, The Argent Flame. I am your not-so-humble Dungeon Master TJ, but that's okay, you know what's happening! Last we left off, the group was getting ready to get all their ducks in a row, tell the family to leave town, the Firebird family to leave town, as other things were happening elsewhere. Great. We'll pick up from there. You guys were headed to the bar, I believe?
Yeah, we were going to go to the Down and Dirty to try and stay there, I believe.
Correct. So Argus is coming too?
Yep.
Yeah. We should grab the gold or whatnot that we had Argus's mom working on for stress forging.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have shoved that big piece in your mouth.
Did we grab all the gold?
I got the gold from her, and
Okay.
then she finished the platinum this morning
Okay.
before I left.
Okay.
The camera doesn't ever
So
turn
we should
away
have
from
it.
you, so that's all recorded.
That's in your bag, I'm assuming. So.
Yeah.
Okay. You have that recorded, so
I'm human.
I feel like we need
Like
to
this.
go back through these lists and cross-reference.
I'm going to scratch me. We were ripping up to write notes to each other.
Zemnek already wrote down that.
Yeah, I was just double-checking if it was...
I just have it in my notes, not in the party fund.
Okay.
Nope.
Cool.
Yeah, we can...
So we just need to make sure to even things out.
Yeah.
You did write down. Same with the diamonds. And
Yes, I did. Yeah, and just tell me if you need it for stuff.
we know what we have. We just don't have it written down correctly
Yeah.
at the moment.
Some stuff in one, some in the other.
Okay. Pardon me, I was very thirsty. So thank you. So you guys head over to the I almost said the dark and stormy.
It's a dark and stormy night.
The down and dirty.
How did we end up in the house?
Who's going? Who all is going?
All of us.
All of you?
Yeah, because I believe we were relocating there to stay the night, so we weren't in the Firebeard's house.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
That way we can also find a caravan that's leaving in the morning
Yeah.
and just get out of town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heck, if we could find one that's leaving tonight, it would be even better. But
We need to sleep.
So,
I need to sleep.
point of order. The Down and Dirty is a tavern, not an inn.
Oh.
It does not have rooms.
We need to find a place that has rooms then. That
Is there a
was-
mercenary or like a caravan waypoint type place by the
Well, like an outpost?
the great gate?
Outside? Probably.
No, by the great gate.
No, no.
Because wouldn't
Um,
the like caravans coming into the city from the triway?
Yeah. There's a place where like caravans sometimes like they go off to the side and they sort their stuff out, but there's not like, I mean, you can set your tent up out there. There's no problems. Some people have their tents up out there as far as like setting up camp, but it would be camp. It's not. There isn't like a place to stay. There's like a stable near there and stuff like that for people that need to buy horses or refresh their horses or trade in their horses because they're tired for some reason or whatever.
Argus previously guarding caravans.
Uh-huh.
Would he know where to go to do that? That's kind
To-
of what we're trying to figure out.
yeah.
Would he know where to go to stay to grab a caravan first thing in the morning?
Yes. So at this time of day, a lot of those people that do that are at the Down and Dirt.
Okay.
That's their haunt. That's like where they hang out.
Okay.
Especially if they're doing business in the town and then leaving soon and everything. A lot of people go there. That's a big hub for that. As far as staying the night, there isn't really a mercenary caravan hangout. Most of them, if they're planning on leaving in the morning, will get an inn at one of the other places here, or just camp out.
Okay.
It's up to them. It depends on how much money they want to spend and whether they want to be like civilized for a day before they get back on the road or not. There are other inns. Just so I can give you guys better ideas of what it's like when Minheim kind of opens up to the outside and no longer is underground. It's a bit of a diaspora thing. Along the both sides of where the tunnel would come out, and it's a big tunnel, so it's vaulted. It's a good 100, if not 200 feet up. Like it's big. It's this big old massive hole in the side of the mountain that just like think of it like the opening of the mouth of Tartarus, as far as like it's just huge, and it comes out, and on the sides, on the left and the right side of like as the mountain, kind of, because the hole itself looks like it was kind of carved yet naturally formed, but there's still like cliffside ish. Kind of like foothills that are on either side, and so a lot of the buildings are nestled up against the foothills, and then it starts to like elide and open up into the actual fields of the Greater Protectorate of Hillsfarn and all the thing. And you see that there are there's a couple farmlands and there's a couple other more dispersed, and they get more and more dispersed as the far you look out on the horizon. So there probably is one maybe like a mile or two out. As far as like in everything, if you want to stay outside, there are probably some here. It should be, if I haven't posted the picture of the underworld map, it should be on the. Okay, I will do that for you. So yeah, think of it like urban center that just ripple and it becomes more and more rural until it's just nature. Make sense? It is very spread out, speckled and spotted. Mostly farmlands that have those big speckled and spotted places, because they take up a lot of acres, and then there's a homestead. So, great. Yes, as far as inns, places that you can sleep at other than the home, the Trappist is an inn and tavern. Not just a bar. So Alora, they do have rooms there. I believe, I don't think I contradicted myself. I'm pretty sure. The Sterling Pick also is another inn here. It's a cushy inn located in the Tiers that caters mostly to the rich families and clams of the affluent merchants. And then you have the Diamond and the Rough, which is a companionship inn.
Spend all my gold.
Paper was more important.
Definitely think we need to avoid the trap.
Yeah, I do. I agree.
We avoid the Trappist. That's one way they can't find us.
And yet, if we're trying to not be circumspect, we spent a lot of time there. Going somewhere else suddenly might seem odd.
I vote for camping, but the last time we did that, we got blown up. So
I wouldn't mind the night under the stars. A little camping too, but especially if we're gonna go for the next few weeks underground again.
We camp outside underneath the stars for the night.
That's my vote, but I don't want to speak for anybody else, obviously.
I mean, it's probably safer too if, one of my dreams goes bad.
That's true. That's true.
did you learn the thing?
We ran out of time.
We haven't had time yet.
So I want to pick back up on the road.
I can teach it to you tonight before we bed down if you'd like.
Doesn't it take like 6 hours?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, we'd already done 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we'd have another 4 hours of.
I can totally imagine Cole like doing this to you, teaching you the right notes, but going, this is an F note, this is a U note, this is a C note, this is a K note, this is a Y note, this is an O note, this is a U note.
You see?
Wait.
No. So it's actually
I can read now, you son of a bitch.
Right.
And yet, I could totally see Log doing that as a spell. Just, fuck you.
Yeah.
It could happen.
I mean, maybe we have a little late night anyway. Like have some coffee. I'm tired. It's all help, but I have to get these ideas down. But you guys, study party late at night.
Sure.
Okay.
Argus and I'm pretty sure just need to sleep.
Yeah.
We're both dead. On our feet.
Once I teach it to Log, I can go to sleep too.
To your point, however, Argus does know his way around these people and these caravans. Given enough time, Argus can secure whatever you need. Like it's not really a role would only be involved is if you're trying to get something for less than how much it would usually cost. Like he has connections and he knows the lingo enough to be like, hey, you're headed here. Can we tag along? And they'll be like, sure. And
Extra couple of
and there's camaraderie there.
Right.
So
we're looking for a group going to Steer Crag.
Leaving in the morning.
Leaving in the morning.
We also want a cart.
That doesn't mind us tagging along.
and the rest will come down to random chance about whether that's something that's actually happening. The natural one, you are unable to find not only a caravan actually headed to Steer Crag, but any caravan that is leaving in the morning going north. There apparently, because of the festival, a lot of the people decided to stay a couple days here in order to like reap the benefits of the cheaper food and drink and activities, because it still goes on for a couple days. Like the main ceremony was yesterday, but it still goes on for a couple days. So a lot, all of the merchants that were headed and caravans that were headed northward are like extended their stay. It's like going on a work trip and saying, "Oh, might as well stay in Paris for another day or two,"
Yep. A little sightseeing.
Yeah.
Do we want to see if maybe we can convince Naslin to leave tomorrow and take us with him? He's got to leave anyway. I mean, I heard them tell him he can't come back for a while.
That's true. We'd still be the only group going northward, though, right? We might still stick up like a sore thumb. That's my only. But
I'm sorry.
We stick out
Not
like
the only like group of people going northward. The like mercenary and trade caravan that would be leaving tomorrow morning. If I'm trying to be specific, like there might be others that are leaving a different time tomorrow, which there most likely are, but not tomorrow morning. They're like sleeping in. It's vacation today.
Okay.
I mean, we've got a dwarf, a gnome, a human, a half-elf, a Kenran, and a bugbear in our group. We stick out like a sore thumb anyway.
We do. We
Or-
do.
I think he's a bugbear. He does weird things. So whatever the fuck log is.
Ron Perlman.
Yeah, that's true. We can, go out. And just try. At least that way Naslin pays for the cart, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Do we really want to travel with that annoying little fuck?
That's.
No.
I think Sofka would probably like.
We can let him drop coins.
If I
Conk
understand
again,
this
we can
properly,
make a bunch
Pinjek
of
is
money.
still with you, correct?
Yes.
He hasn't left your side.
Unless he decided which way he was going to go with either the Firebeards or with
Right.
us.
Not yet.
Okay.
This is something that he might have to literally sleep on.
Okay.
But for the moment, you've convinced him that the safest place to be is by his brother's side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, at this point now, you can't go with them because they went and hid.
Well, they were gonna leave after after her shift was done. So he could still go. But
You got to come with us, or we have to find a different way to hide it.
Yeah.
there's a part of me that just says, let's just go. If nobody's traveling,
If you start traveling today, and you don't immediately stop to sleep, you're gonna suffer exhaustion.
right.
You guys are tired.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big day.
I say we wait till we can find a caravan tomorrow. We can travel.
What if there's no caravan tomorrow either?
Somebody will be leaving at some point, just not first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were able to find those that are leaving in the late afternoon tomorrow.
Okay. At the very least, we'll.
So, I would say we go with that.
That works. I didn't understand Argus. I thought he was saying nobody was leaving tomorrow. So
Just nobody's leaving first thing in the morning.
Well, it's mercenary hours,
Everybody's still a little hungry.
First thing in the morning. If you're leaving late in the afternoon, it might as well be tomorrow because you're losing a day of business.
Yeah.
Might as well be the next day.
Everybody's still hungover.
It's like when you're supposed to check out of your Airbnb while you're on vacation that day, but your flight is until the early evening or late afternoon. So you check out in the morning, but you just hang out in the place and go do stuff, in your vacation city for a while, and then go to the airport later. That's kind of like what they're doing. They're doing oh yeah, we know we're supposed to check out today, but we're gonna chill out and then leave later.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the festival.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps we stay outside again tomorrow too, just until the afternoon. Just again,
Stick
we don't
with the crowd to try and get lost in it.
exactly.
Well, then I'd rather be under the sky because if we have to run, we can always. I'm sure there's other ways that we can get in towards Steer Crag, but I don't want to be trapped in the tunnels with those assassins.
We would have to go all the way up to Thulmore Bed to get back into the mountain range.
But we have to anyway,
Yeah, as
right?
far as you know, yeah. Okay,
Is
that's a very good question,
Steer
actually,
Crag
though, too.
Further
Could somebody...
north than-
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I was just curious if
It's also on the Discord server. Can somebody... Can Zemdak and somebody for Argus please roll history checks?
Yeah.
So, plus
I swear to God, it's Kenton's dice. Net 1.
23.
23.
Tuesday, plus 4.
You've heard tales of the Stoneworm clan having something to do with purple worms and the worms and that carved tunnels through and throughout the Razorfang mountain range. If that is to be believed, it would make sense that there would be more than just the man-made built way, roadway into Steer Crag.
Right.
If that's such a point of pride for them or whatever, it would make sense that there would be other naturally forming or beast-made ways in and out of that town.
So, if we wanted to go the dark roads, the back roads, we might be able to find a way into the city and stay off the tri-road. But the likelihood of us not running into something that wants to eat us along that path are even less.
Well, and there's less people around the dark roads too, just in general, to where they just have to figure out when they want to attack us, whereas they might have to plan depending on where we are on the triway.
Basically, you could attempt to do what you did before, like after you fell down the hole and found your way to Minheim through less conventional means. You could attempt to do that for the majority, if not entirety, of your way to Steercrag.
Right.
But again, what you said, it does possibly incur more danger because the Triway is the safest route. Not necessarily entirely safe, but the safest. Or attempting to be the safest.
Do we want to run into more of those brain dogs and have to drag logs heavy ass around again?
Or
They kind of suck.
or get lost down there.
All right.
Yeah, we can at least press to digitate your ass clean. Nobody else could.
Right. So, and just put it in perspective too. So the risk you're taking is possibly more dangerous, but possibly getting there sooner. Just because you got in Minheim sooner than you were supposed to by taking unconventional routes. So like that's kind of the risk, like high risk, high reward, low risk, low reward kind of deal.
Yeah. That's fair. It's we could also run into a dead end. I think we were lucky this time, right? I know the worms kind of keep going, but natural formations could still happen, right? So
You drop a die.
Yes, it did.
I mean, you can always
Feeling your
find-
hand.
Oh, here it is.
Yes,
Sweet, thank you. I got it. Thank you.
I didn't want to like totally kick it. And
And then it's lost, but in a different place.
I think the merchant caravan's our best option.
Yeah. Do we want to offer our services as well for protecting them?
I think that's part of us going along with them. Is
Okay.
making sure.
Just double checking.
get some gold out of it.
I'm sure Argus will knows the correct
We're
rates.
not rating it.
But we can still get gold out of them for protecting them.
Oh, are you attempting to put yourselves off as muscle, like mercenary muscle, to protect caravans?
We're talking about it, yeah.
Okay.
That's what Argus did, right?
Yeah.
Argus nods and he goes and sees and tries to see what he can find. It's not just his die; it's everything associated with it.
No, it's
Roll another one.
roll another.
roll it out.
3 1s for Argus
So you
in the
have
span
one
of
before.
5 minutes.
Oh.
It should have been easier for us to kidnap him.
There's something.
Our rolls were helping with that.
I don't
Let's
get
do
it.
That one.
I thought it was like the dice box or the dice, but you're
You
still
know what?
rolling it.
He comes
He's been
back being
rolling like,
like,
shit since we made him put out the fire in his parents' house. Kosu's mad at him.
I mean, he rolled ones way before that, but yes. So he comes back like, they believe me. They believe that I'm a mercenary, but they look at all you, and they're like,
It's just not the face of a mercenary. As I look like Ron Perlman.
well, I mean, you gotta admit we're a bunch of twinks.
Yeah, I was just saying, you guys are all very twinkish.
Yeah.
I would not expect.
I don't know. I'm pretty
And
strong
I've
for
said
that.
before, the term is svelte.
Live,
Spry.
Yeah.
All of those are much better terms.
I could probably do it by myself, but
We just go as passengers.
Do that, or if
they'll charge for you.
Yeah.
do they need a scribe at all? Does the because that's I used to do that a lot. So
I can ask.
yeah.
I'm gonna try to ask.
Sure.
I used to pay my
You
way.
want him to roll again?
Let's see. Let's see
And
what
I will-
happens.
I used to
fix.
Hold on.
If anything happens to the wagons, I'll fix it.
Okay, so engineer, mechanic,
Bard of the college who will play music and entertain.
entertainment.
Scribe.
Scribe.
Look out. I can see farther than anyone.
In the dark, yes, you can.
Okay.
Sofka can also entertain with the rats.
Yes.
I'm gonna roll
Oh yeah, Rat Circus.
Rat Circus. Yeah.
Rat circus.
Sophomore is like,
When in doubt, Rat Circus.
okay.
Our rat circus
I will
is awesome. Thank
roll
you very
persuasion with advantage. Somebody please tell me his.
Persuasion.
much. 4.
It's a 19.
Good job,
Hey, that's
buddy.
not bad. He's like, all right. I was able to get like one interested party. Another one is interested, but they were looking at you weird, Cole. And you look around and there's this half-orc female. It's like,
Cole just like straight up blushes and is like, it's just deer in the headlights look.
I think she took entertainment the wrong way.
Yeah, straight up just even redder now.
We can make more money that way.
That's true.
Cole's like, you know that teenager who's like,
about whoring out your partner. What the hell is happening?
Hey, you guys
so
are
you-
gold.
so Cole kind of descends into that teenager, and people are like, no, like don't talk to, like just pure red face, embarrassed as shit talking about that.
She's got like one of
What are you
those
talking about?
little cocktail thing, like cocktail sticks, like spears that she's chewing on. And she was like,
Take one for the team.
and then she like puts it like long ways between both of her teeth and goes like, and snaps it.
You said you found another option though.
No. Did you see what she just did?
I'm sorry. That was mesmerizing. Yeah, another one is they're transporting saltpeter to Thulmore Bed.
Is that the shit that goes boom?
No. That's the thing. That's the thing that makes it so
Part
you
of it,
can't.
yes.
No, Log, that's the one that makes it so when you go to the houses of the companions, you don't get to have a good time.
They do have an official government
No.
escort, but
We don't want
seeing as a lot of other caravans carrying cargo like that have been the object of too much attention lately.
Extra eyes, extra hands.
Extra eyes, extra hands. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Just like they don't mind hiring out to a third party to increase their chances.
I think that's a good bet for us.
Yeah.
It also means that they could possibly be a target, so we might have a fight on our hand no matter what happens.
And then when we get to the road to Fairspec or Steel Crag, we split off.
Yes. Yeah, they're headed all the way up to Thulmore Bed. Granted, we'll have to travel a little slower because we're going with the cart and everybody in a large group. It is contracted work, so that means that if we don't escort them all the way to Steer Crag,
All the way to Thulma Bed.
we don't get paid. No, I was able to.
We let them know ahead of time.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
partial help. The once you get closer to Thulmore Bed, there's more outposts more often, so it's a little safer.
Okay.
You can see, being the capital, the farther you get out to the boonies, the cops are present.
Well, they are, depending on how well you pay them.
That's why Minheim is safe.
It's probably the southernmost safe spot.
Yeah, good luck being up in what's it fucking called? Burn Tordier.
Isn't that the northern gate?
Yeah.
Hey, the dwarves that I met from there were always a lot of fun. They always liked to drink. A lot of fights. It was great.
You have a flashback. Hey man, Cole, what are you doing? Let's drink. Like you don't drink like Winter Dwarf. I drink better than you.
Well, now you have something to brag to them about. You are the Gutbuster champion.
I was just looking at my stuff.
Oh, they will love to hear that. I can officially tell them that I've outdrank almost all of them.
Yep.
You can drink as good as what's his face? The cloak guy. Yeah.
Rugen Lockback.
Let's do it then. I guess it's
Start playing with his cloak for a second after that.
You see the half orc going. Thinking it's like a mating dance or something.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, so if we have that settled, let's go find a place to camp.
yeah.
You guys, could somebody please roll a percentile?
I don't want this responsibility.
One of us has to.
I know. I think it's cocked. Yeah, it was cocked. Let me try again. See, this is why. Okay. 46.
You guys will be paid 46 gold each for this. That is a good
Oh,
amount
hell yeah.
of money.
If-
For mercenary like bodyguard work, that is a good amount of money.
If we make it all the way to Styria.
If you make it all the way to your crag. You are paid 10 gold as a down payment right now of that 46, you said, right? 46 gold. So you will get paid 36 gold each upon arrival to Styria crag. Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So you do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
70.
60 gold.
60. Who's the 6?
Sofka and
Stop.
Argus.
That's right. Yeah, you will get 60 gold pretty much to the party fund presently. You are then Kenton does do the paperwork. Argus does do the paperwork and does sign the contract. You are now contracted. If you don't show up, not only is your bass payment forfeited, but you could go to debtor's prison or because you have been paid for services, like it's a theft of service, for example.
But that's okay. We know somebody who
Not that you
will
couldn't
buy
pay
our
off your
debts.
debt.
Yeah.
It's just that
We
you
know
are technically
somebody
breaking
who
the
will
law.
buy our debt and let us work it off. So
Talker
doesn't take us to those freaking locks again.
We are
So this is the
contracted.
worst city to break a contract because Tokrin cracks down really hard with contracts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it would be upon arrival of that branch to Steer Crag, not necessarily Steer Crag
Yes.
itself, because it doesn't make sense.
Yes, the
Okay.
outpost. The outpost formally at the intersection to Steer Crag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly
This
what I was
does
thinking.
mean that unless you decide to break your contract, you will have to go the tri-way the whole way.
Oof.
Well, we know that
At least to the outpost.
At least to the outpost.
we know the triway is broken at one point. Perhaps we can tell them and we can try.
Not going north. We don't know.
Well, it was
They
at the
have
crossroads, right?
2 carts full of barrels of saltpeter.
Oh, the outpost to Minheim was the
Yeah.
one that blew up.
Yeah, it was. We actually may have to go around the long way and down through.
They may have dug some of that out by now.
They like that's first priority. It's always been
Opening back up.
opening back up because and they're really good at this stuff. And guys, the miners here and the tunneler, they know what they're doing.
It might take a day or two, but it's been a day or two.
Right.
So
Exactly.
Argus
Exactly.
needs to let Grogu
Granted, to rebuild
know
the
that
outpost in
their
its
family's
entirety,
going
it's going
around.
to take more time, but
But at least to get
the road's
stuff
open.
through.
Yeah.
that's a good point.
We gotta let Argus know. He's gotta let Grogu know about the fact that the family's going around and going back to Mannheim's gonna be kind of useless.
But who knows what happened during the day or two where that outpost was out because somebody or something or like the way I say it, there was guaranteed to be no traffic around there for that time.
For 2 days.
Or that time while I was being repaired.
And there are probably a number of people who knew that there was guaranteed to be no traffic there for that time period. The least of which the Durgar who sacrificed himself and whatever faction he may be part of. Not the least of which, I should say.
That would suck if he was like a follower of Smooth Hands.
Okay, but great. So you guys are attempting to find like a nice cozy grassy patch out in the like rural area outside of Minheim, pretty much.
Yeah, maybe like kind of tucked away, still in the foothills. You know, like
I promise I won't drop any more there.
Stars overhead.
yeah.
Yes.
You got it. Yeah. Sure. Cause someone just if you guys can roll an investigation check if you like. Find a nice spot or perception. Either one.
Where other people are camping. So that
Yeah, you can do
we
that.
don't stand out.
Yeah.
It's people don't camp very often on the outside because they have places to go, like to go to. So that's going to be hard depending on
So
what
the-
you got.
I thought you were talking about
The
big.
caravan camping is more inside.
Yeah, it's inside near the
Okay.
gold. They don't do it
By the
outside because it rains.
Right. It would be down here, not.
Yeah, not outside. It's more towards the Golden Gate is where the caravan camping is. happens not outside.
Are there travelers for the festival that are set up camping outside?
Yeah, the festival, like it's the like some of the events are still ongoing. Like it's like, oh, day 1 is this, day 2 is this, day
Is
3.
there a festival campground?
Yeah. There are some like temporary buildings that have been constructed. I will say they are specifically made for the festival stuff. If you want to just set up your tent next to the festival campground, someone might be like, "Hey, what are you doing? You can't just sleep here. This is like children are here. Get out of here." So you might have to like ask somebody for permission, like whoever's in charge of the festival logistics or something. But or you could just
there's,
like be nearby.
travelers.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Comfort
travelers.
Hills
Most of the
Farm.
travelers,
Like to see them get
most of the travelers have either like vehicles that allow them to stay within their vehicles, like Vardos, or Vardos is specifically for a specific type of people called the boot cave, but it doesn't matter. Or stay at the local inns because there are several inns out here. Or they have like family or friends that is one of the farmsteads that they stay at the farmsteads. There are very few people camping. But what did you get?
27 perception.
27%.
That one.
Nat one.
Was it perception or investigation?
He said
Either.
either or.
Either one is fine.
So investigation would have been a 4 then.
Okay. Good to know. 23?
Yeah.
And what'd you get?
25.
25. Okay, guys. This is great. You find a Vardo that has several tents around it that it's like has its own little camp, a little far away. A little bit like, separated from the festival grounds, but they kind of like set up their own campgrounds, and it's like feels more like a kind of like think RV park, but for tents and Vardos. Okay. And you hear, Cole, the sounds of music and dance and drums and
This way.
celebration.
This way. You gotta go this way.
And you just feel the energy of like fellow bards. Roll a history check for me. At advantage, please.
Hey. I might actually do well at this then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. 19.
19. Okay. You
Plus 1.
as you crest over the hill, and you can see now in the dark, low, like late dusk air of and the stars are starting to appear as the moon, or as 3. Actually, that's a very good question. I should know
Yeah.
which moons are lit
Moons.
today.
There is another situation.
And I'll get to that in just a moment. You hear ding 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 like the whole thing, and they're starting to dance around and think like Romani type culture, Vardos and gypsy wagons and that kind of stuff, and the flowing dresses of all different colors and creeds of people. These look like nomadic traveling people. Yes.
A question, because we did run into them before
Yes.
back at the outpost. Do any of these things look familiar? Or is this a new, different thing? of
This
Bardo?
I'm gonna say roll an intelligence check for me for this one.
You got this. You got this.
You get like half proficiency, right?
Yeah. So instead
Jack
of
of all
the 8,
trades.
it would be 9.
You're not sure if this is the same Vardo and same people or not. You were there for like that puppet show, and that was it. You didn't really clock too many faces.
Okay.
Today is the 20. What's the date?
22nd.
22nd of Highlock.
Been a long day.
You guys still have to speak for the longest day, though.
Which Bezer is what moon? The small moon or the big one?
Big one, I
The
think.
big one? I think it is too.
Yep. Bezer,
So,
Zeliel,
Biggie
Amazon.
and Smalls are a full moon tonight. And Midi, you know the names of them. Bezer is the big one. Zeliel is the middle one, and
MCL.
Smalls is MCL. And Zeliel is a waxing gibbous, whereas Bezer and Amciel are full moons.
Oh, Jesus.
That's crazy.
Log, as these moons appear righteous and powerful in the sky, you feel strong. You feel like bolstered and strong. Remind me of this should conflict ever happen. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. So, with that history check of 19, Cole,
Yeah.
these are the Boudke people. You're familiar. They're called the Boudke people. They are bards before bards were bards. They are traveling nomadic people that have been telling stories, dancing, singing songs and tales. They are like where the phrase word of mouth comes from.
Okay.
They are the troubadours, they are the predecessors of troubadours. These are, and they are still doing their thing. Before the bards had the bardic college, they go back for generations and generations, possibly even millennia. Very, very, very old culture, respected by some, not so much by others. Sofka also has you see a pang of recognition in her face as well. Yeah. What do you guys do?
Okay,
They were the bards before the bards existed.
that's super cool.
Ooh, good point also. You also know that they don't entirely
Yeah.
approve of the bards, like the
Yeah.
official bards in Bardic College, because they view it as a bastardization of their art.
So they may not be my biggest fan.
Cool. So maybe like you just don't bring up the fact that you're a bard. I know you've got the loot on your back. Maybe you're just like learning a little bit or something.
I take my badge and like put it away in my backpack so it's
Sure.
not like sticking out like I normally
Yeah.
wear it.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to ask them if we can camp
That's what I was going. That's why I wanted
with
to.
them?
Oh, hold the camp.
You see a couple of them wave and like they don't stop dancing and they're like, "Come on, dance! Get into the dance! Like this is the spot right here. You better
Cole
hurry
will
up."
straight up do that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Roll performance check.
Should have known that was coming. That's not too bad. 18.
18. You do okay, for a northerner dancing like, a dance that you've never danced before. Of like where your dance is from where you're from, are very like and more like, all below the waist. This is like you're doing really good. You see the individual who's a female in this like beautiful dress and like this kind of like shimmers in the firelight. Offers you wine as she continues to dance around. What do you say?
Thank you. Is there somebody that we can speak to, though? I'm just going to keep dancing while I'm
She goes,
talking.
"Shh, bread."
Customs.
Hands you
don't
bread.
stop dancing.
Yep.
And
Yeah, Cole's not stopping dancing on any of this. He's still dancing.
and they get one more time around you. You have wine in one hand, holding with your thumb with some bread, as she's grabbing your hand and dragging you along with the dance around the fireplaces. Other people playing drums and there's fifes and there's yes, this is everybody-
Wait, I know exactly.
Everybody's moving real fast.
yeah, the Careless Whisper starts playing. Oh god damn it, what did I do?
Do this to yourself.
I wanted to terror. This is we'll just
I like it. He just says things, and we just let our own brains take them to the worst possible places.
Okay. So music starts playing, you start dancing, blah blah blah. Well, it continues playing, and you continue dancing. And then she dances you and produces or shows like a what looks like a part of a trunk of a tree that's like kind of been used as a stool that they kind of move around. And she's like, "Seat," as she dances past it.
And yeah, Cole, you grab the seat for a
You
second.
plop down, you spill some of your wine as you sit down. Another individual comes by, this time a man, and fills up your wine and continues dancing around. What are you guys doing while this is happening?
I'm asleep.
I,
Or am I?
I am bloodied and like just looking terrible, but this is too much fun. I got round two.
Be like, zombies.
Zombie dog person.
Okay, so you kind of wander into the camp.
I'll
What are you
dance.
talking about?
I'll dance. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, like you're
I'll dance
pretty
around
decent at
too,
dancing.
yeah.
Go ahead and roll a performance check. You get to you became proficient, right? It's not just proficient when you're dancing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
became
yeah.
perfect.
So you can roll that performance check. Yeah.
I'll just kind of follow Cole's lead and stuff. So 16.
Succeed. Yeah, you get along and everything. Again, someone grabs you. Wine,
Sure. Yes, please. Thank you.
bread,
Of course. Thank you.
seat.
I look at Cole. Yeah, sure.
Throws you down in the seat.
Woo! I
Your
still
thing
can.
spills. And that again, the second one comes around, fills up your wine. Are any of you guys drinking the bread or drinking the bread? Drinking the wine or eating the bread?
Would I know whether or not I should?
Roll a history check.
Not 20 for 21.
You're not supposed to drink this.
No. Okay. Okay.
This is supposed to be offered to you. It is. They don't teach this stuff in the college.
Yeah.
This is stuff that you've learned traveling and by asking the right questions of the right people, as a bard should. You're not supposed to drink the wine. You're supposed to accept everything that they offer you,
Yeah.
but with a very modest and gracious appeal. And then you're supposed to give back just as much, if not more, than you give. You're supposed to be as gracious of a guest as you are a host, as they are a host, if not better.
So we get a chance to offer somebody something. We're supposed to be just as gracious as they are to us.
Okay. All right. That'll work.
Like hospitality, good hospitality begs good guest manners. So that makes sense.
While I can, I'm actually going to send to each one of my companions one by one. Take what they offer you. Do not drink it. Do not eat it.
Oh, telepathically.
Yeah, I'm
Really?
going to let them know how to behave.
Brilliant. So you guys get that, no problem. Like you like hear it beat with the song that's playing around too. So like you think there's another voice going, and they're like, oh, that's just Cole. Great, cool.
I'm exhausted, so I'm like sitting between Conk's feet, but
Aw.
like my fidgeting, like I'm tapping to the drum beat.
Sure. Like
on
you
his
get
feet.
picked up and like have to dance. That's part of the thing.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll a performance check.
Little people abuse. Wait, I have a question.
No, not picked up, like as in like
Oh.
grabbed
Grab
by
my
the hand.
It's not like when Log picks you up.
No. You just get picked up from the sitting position.
3.
3.
Oh, no.
So
Oh,
you just
man.
get dragged around the circle, and like you're handed wine, and you're like, whoa, and like you spill half of it. You're handed bread that just gets shoved in your mouth, and then you get thrown back into Conk's feet. So you got bread in your mouth, half a thing of wine, like dizzy.
Take it back out.
Yeah,
Wine?
yeah. And someone comes by again, and
No, I pull out a bottle of the dwarven mushroom wine that we found.
someone comes by,
Wine?
smiles, nods at you, grabs your flask, fills up your bottle, and keeps going.
I look at Cole.
Yeah. After I
What do you do?
Do the lawnmower.
See, this world has never seen the lawnmower, and you are doing a completely unique move. Please roll a performance check at advantage. You see one guy in the corner making notes.
18.
18, yeah, this one guy's like, that's a fascinating move. Wonderful. How did you know? Like,
such an innovator.
it's such an innovative move. You see, like, one of the younger individuals that's dancing start to do the same thing.
Adorable.
Wine,
Yeah.
bread,
Yeah. And I've heard the warning.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
throws you down in the seat. Yeah, you guys are like part of the drum/music circle now.
Pull out my new fife and start playing along with it after a minute.
Great, cool. You don't need to roll a performance check. You're doing fine. This is your bread and butter. Because you're proficient in flutes.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you're fine. Great. So yeah, this goes on for a while. None of you drink. None of you drink the wine. None of you eat the bread.
No, but
Offer-
anybody that I see that has empty hands, I'm gonna be offering bread and wine to them. As they
Great.
come
Yeah,
by.
Great.
because that was my question. Like, do you not eat it so that you can then give it to someone else?
Right.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And so eventually, after a while, you guys have empty hands as you've given everything back. The music starts to die down to more of a like slower pace, something that's not like and it's more of like a slower song as people just start to like some people are up and just moving back and forth, and some people are slow dancing with each other, and one of the you're noticing that most of these people actually you have only seen one dude. And the dude is playing a balalaika. Like, he's got this big old beard, and he's got his like shoka hat, northern hat. He's wearing clothes that are way too warm for his thing, and he looks like and he's just like ding blink 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 plinking his balalaika, and he's just over on the side of the circle, and he starts to go a little slower, and just like start to mumble to himself. Everyone else is female. And he seems to mostly keep to himself. Cole eventually, while someone fluffs up their dress and sits next to you, you're like, well,
how are you? Thank you so much. This has been great.
well, welcome. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
So great to have guests that know how to dance and play music. I suppose that these are all your friends, then?
Yes, they are. We've been traveling in the tunnels, and we're looking for somewhere outside to camp for the night and get some fresh air and some sky. Those tunnels are crazy.
Yes, we don't go to the tunnel. We much prefer Atira.
The
Are you thinking Earth or Sky? Akadi is Sky, if that's what
They
you
were
meant.
referencing just the land.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was not me talking about.
Yeah.
Wait.
But she says Atira and Akani.
It's the best. It's a little warmer here than I'm used to, but it's still great. Further north, what I'm.
Oh.
But
And you'd get along with Artyom.
he looks very familiar. Not as in I know him. He's just very similar to a lot of the players up north where I come from.
He's unique.
As all of us Northmen, as all of the North people, we are unique in ourselves.
She kind of like squints side-eye to you. She kind of nods to herself.
Right? I mean, what sane person would actually live where we live?
But I have heard of the pride. We're all proud people. So. As a we.
It's the reason that I like.
Did you hide your being?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Do you? Okay. All right.
I remember making a special note of saying that I hid my being. But I still have my lute on my back, so she knows that I'm a musician.
And you were playing the flute.
Instead of-
too,
Yes, I
weren't
was.
you? So-
It's got
It is
faces.
so good to be around people
them
who
is
enjoy
harder or
music
easier?
as much as I do.
No idea.
It's a pleasure being one, having my ears be pleased by it.
Would you mind if we were to camp next to you tonight?
Of course not. Atira welcomes all, especially those that know our customs.
Nods, bows. Thank you so much for allowing us to be near you. Would you like anything? Is there anything I can get?
Your name,
My name is Cole. Cole Lotus.
Mr. Votus. It's a pleasure to meet you. So glad that you were able to join us this evening. And your friends,
So, the one sitting in between the metal thing's feet, that's Boots.
some contraption.
Yes, he actually made the contraption. That is his. Very, very small. And then,
Strawberry now.
and then this is, and I'm gonna, Trisheni's next to me. And this is Trisheni. She is an amazing dancer, as you've seen.
So if I can hear that we're all being introduced
Sure.
when it gets to
Yeah,
me,
they're not trying to be quiet.
Okay, no, when it gets to me, I'm gonna John.
John. Roll a perception check. These are extremely insightful people.
12.
Nice to meet you, John.
Nice to meet you.
Well, please make yourself welcome and comfortable. Unfortunately, you won't be able to travel with us.
We have our own arrangements.
We have already made arrangements to travel. We're going back into the tunnels.
You may, if you like.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That's but I'm with these folks, so.
They don't bother you too much, do they?
Oh no, they're very very nice, nice folks.
We usually just get what we need and then leave them behind.
That's fair. Do you want a little
We'll
bit
get
of
there
this
for a
gel?
second, and then as soon as he realizes what you mean by "get what you need," red ass face again, just pure embarrassment.
Do you want a little? That's a special type of berry. Do you want some jelly on the some berry preserves on the top?
Serves.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful. Thank you very much. I'm sure Strawberry will be very interested. Strawberry, and this like smaller, more live, like kind of like pixie-esque, kind of floats over this tousled strawberry blonde hair, grabs it immediately and just
Probably don't need to eat anything else today, but it's
Well, thank you, milady.
of course.
What is that contraption there?
I'll have to talk to him.
Gotta talk to the little one sitting underneath it.
What is that contraption above your head? Can it make pies?
He's my defender. He's more of a shield than a pie
Shield
maker.
against what?
Those that would do me harm
Those that would do you harm.
or my companions. He protects us.
Hex you. Why don't you just run?
Sometimes we do,
Great.
but sometimes you can't run away.
That's not true.
Agree to disagree.
And she starts climbing him, gets up on top. Whee! She looks like she's about like 16, but like just very joy spirited, you know? This kind of like, think like Starfire from the Teen Titans, like, oh, my good friends, you know, that kind of deal. From the early 2000s.
Not the Teen Titans.
Not from any of the other
new ones,
renditions. Cool. Great. Yeah, you have permission to set down here. You asked what she wanted. She said, your name and a story, of course. What news do you bring to us? What can we spread?
Well, I have a little bit of story, and I can give you a preview of a song that I'm working on. It goes with the story.
Looks over to Artyom.
Eh?
Oh. It's like the chord of beginning, giving you a key to start in.
So I tell her the story of what happened at Caradim. Not going too deep, but going deep enough to like let her know about
How specific?
the zombie infestation, not necessarily the host or
But that you were there during it going down.
yeah.
Okay. And do you mention like Emrys, Security not or Infantry 9?
The night of the
Security
awakened dead.
Okay,
Yeah.
so more theatric.
Yeah.
So nobody actually is named names other than the fact that your group was there when it went down, and you fought and killed several. You don't mention the delve down into the underground then?
No.
Okay, but you mentioned that you saved people's lives and like a fight club and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then I play her what little bit I have of the song that I've been working on for her.
Okay, you got to go ahead and roll a performance check.
If you ask me for a song, you ask me for a story, I'm gonna give her. Oh, that's not good.
It's a work in progress.
Luckily, I'm a bard, so 14.
That's still a success towards your song, so you can go ahead and give yourself another success.
Hey.
As you are working on it in media res. Cool. So, great. That happens. You get So the bouquet don't applaud. That's not what they do. They stamp their feet hard on the ground, so when you feel like a tremor, like they go. And so when you see people doing that, you see a lot of people around there, and that's like they're applauding. Because like clapping is amateur to them. It's like not like this is.
Clapping's how you keep time. That's how you really show your support.
Yes, so this is like
wanting to
actually
move.
causing Atira to give you an applause because it's like the vibrations through the earth itself.
Cool.
So great. So you do so. They appreciate it. They thank you. She's like, wonderful, wonderful. You can call me Melody.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. It's too bad I won't see you tomorrow.
Fortunately not. We have to travel.
Of course. As do we.
Where are you off to after this?
Wherever Akadi's breath leads us.
How I lived my life until I met all of these people.
She kind of looks around at each of them and kind of regards them, considers them. It hasn't been easy, has it?
No. John likes to cause problems.
It's not that I like it, it just kind of happens. Sometimes I like it.
Even when he's trying to help, it usually does not
No.
go the way he plans.
He's one of those people that when he helps, doesn't actually help. It generally makes things worse.
It's the thought that counts.
Right.
Log, if it wasn't for the thought, I would have stabbed you long ago.
Kadi's breath seems to have also swept us up into chaotic times.
There it is.
Give me just one moment to check my notes for something.
Nicole, the balalaika we found in the tunnels, do you need that?
I mean, I can probably restring it and play it if I need to. I just gonna have to tune it and get it to shape. I would need to practice with it more. I've played it a little bit as a child, but it was never my instrument of choice.
I just wondered if these folks might make better use of it.
They would. He would probably. So, is the balalaika we have? Is it different from the one he's using? Because
Where did you get the balalaika that you have?
we got it in the tunnels.
The cart, the ruined cart.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, where you found your pistol?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is of like these are pretty generic. There's
Well,
nothing like
because balalaika, depending on the size and everything like that, determines the note and the tone.
no.
that it
Right.
produces.
No. This is the one that you found was probably like an alto balalaika. The one that
Okay.
he has is more of a baritone balalaika.
Oh,
It
know,
wasn't
that
anything
would-
special. It was just something that was in.
And honestly, that would be a great way to show how gracious we are, and it would give him more range of
what I was
songs to
thinking.
play.
Yes.
If you would like to, please give that to him.
Yeah.
He will make much better use of it than I will.
He's like, eh?
Oh, that looks swell.
Camper over to him. We have little use for an extra balalaika. I figured it would add to your repertoire.
You see the music stops. Everyone goes silent. All eyes are on you, Zemdak. Oops. As you are handing this instrument to a musician, he's like, much obliged. It is very,
An instrument's made to be played.
very much so. And you see many of the other minstrels and females, the traveling bards look around, look at each other, smile, look at Zemdak, look at Melody, nod, look at Strawberry. Fine. She gets off of Conk.
You're in for a treat, sir.
Okay.
It's not very often a stranger gives us a path to make more art.
Well, as I said, instruments are made to be played. They're made to make music.
That's right. And you've got a story for you now. Let this be our gift.
And Strawberry motions to Melody, and Melody stands in front of a fire, silhouetted by its light, as Artyom grabs the new instrument, starts strumming it. It is a sad tune. It's a little bit sad. Pardon me.
There were several rolls though where it was like you going to find the caravan, and there were literally 3 natural ones.
One using your own dice.
EJ rolled for you the other 2 times.
Yeah.
You rolled 1.
We were like,
That's apparently Argus energy.
right.
Yes, that's the spirit of Argus. He's just unlucky.
Actually, you know what? He's been rolling badly since Eleazar put out his fire in the forest. Maybe that's the problem.
Gotta burn down the forest, man.
Maybe he's just been unlucky all along.
That is true. He did end up with us.
Hey,
Terrible.
I did almost land. I did land face first in the fire on level 1.
That's right. You had to burn off your own hand too, like.
Yeah. Things have not gone good for you. I think since the get-go.
He's just a happy-go-lucky dwarf.
No, actually, he did better than the rest of us did during the first couple of adventures. Because he was at least conscious for all of them.
So a few of the other Boudke, it's B-U-U-D
Thank you.
K-A-Y?
K-H-E.
H-E, okay.
Thank you.
One of the other Boudke individuals pulls out a viola and starts playing this very low, sad tune. And he starts just bloom, 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 plucking like arpeggiated chords back and forth. You see the mood, even the fire itself has hushed its light, ready to give way to their song. They tell a story. And the story is accompanied by this beautiful, haunting melody of not a knight, not a soldier. I guess the closest word for it would be warrior, but the warrior denotes some type of honor to it. It's complicated. The word in English gets lost in the Boudke way of description. His heart was not held in his chest. His heart was held. And take this, whether literal or figurative, as you will. This is an artistic piece. His heart was not held in his chest. It was held in the hand of another. He lost his beloved, and she quite literally moved the sky and the earth to get him. Or, I'm sorry, he lost his beloved, but she, no longer of the material plane, literally moved the heavens out of the way
To get back.
to get back. However, by doing this, she cut off her beloved from being able to leave the material plane when it was his time. When she realized this, she died yet again, but this time of pure despair and sorrow. not able to forgive herself for what she did to the one that she gave her heart to. The story is a little ambiguous here. Whether she actually owned his heart physically or figuratively is a little lost. But when she left for the second time, his heart went with her. Lost forever. He made the same promise that she did. And he would move the actual earth, the sky, the waters to be back with her again. And he walked the land undying, unable to die, unable to move on because of what she did to him. So this odd movement of, and it's saying a lot more artistically than I am, but it's a very, very long passage, and I don't want to take up too much time.
Sort of like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing.
Kind of.
But instead of poisoning himself, he's now
right. And there was no
trapped.
suicide involved. It was just she died from being in the wrong place at the wrong time. It was a freak accident. It was completely random. And then, but she had, but it was said that she had great power. And so she changed like the universe so that she could be back with him by doing so. Butterfly effect, if that makes sense, but not time-wise. Don't think about too much time. It's just the effect, this unintended side effect was that
his soul.
And he couldn't like die.
Yeah.
Then she really died
For
of
sorrow.
and refused to bring herself back because of it.
But now he's trapped, wandering.
Unable to die, unable to sleep, he was driven to madness and grief. And he took that madness and grief out on others. The last passage says that he summoned the souls of those who were restless to create an army of his own to completely obliterate an army that was annoying him. Frenzied and stricken with grief and distraught despair, he then continued this campaign, seeking the extinction of all those that could die. At some point, and this is what the story kind of trails off in artistic interpretation, it's not that he found peace, but that a pseudo-peace was forced upon him. There is a word that they use that strikes a chord with you guys. There's a couple key words here, some like buzzwords, as it were. One is that he is referenced once or twice as a paladin, and he is also referenced as a paladin of the elements.
Has anyone tonight paid any particular notice to Cole's cloak?
And can you remind me what that is?
Cloak of Drugan knockback?
Yeah, it's the wizard's cloak. So,
Has it caught anyone's eye?
Strawberry really likes it.
Anyone notice my holy symbol?
She tugs on it and just kind of like is like really soft.
Hey, anyone notice my holy symbol?
It's bare for the world to see.
That's what I told Kosith.
Yep. Every single one of these people has come, looked at it, looked at you. Subtly, like as they've kind of passed you and dancing or moving around the camp, they've done so. Like almost like you're a man, but I can see that you're a good man.
Sorry, keywords. Paladin. Anything else?
Paladin of the elements. The way they say elements, it could be construed as primordial or otherwise.
Right.
Are there any? Am I seeing any parallels to the whole Maw situation with the way that there's this basically, and any like stories of how that might have even started with the
Like
undead?
the curse of the walking.
Yes.
Not with this, unfortunately.
Okay.
No. This appears to be. There aren't even any mentions to dunes, sands,
No.
hot.
but-
Like, there's no environmental really like identifiers in their speech, unfortunately.
I guess I was just thinking more of like this somebody who cannot die and wants to take it out on the world and thus raising basically the armies of those that cannot pass on.
Oh, see, I was going a different direction myself.
It's possible. This is a hard. That's like,
That's fine.
you know what? Go ahead and roll an insight check. I'll let you. What's up?
How old is that song? Or can I ask?
You ask somebody?
Yeah. How old is this song? It's a beautifully sad song, but how old is it?
As old as all people.
Okay. It sounds very similar to a story that I know of other people, but it wasn't a man and a woman.
Well, that would make sense, seeing as a lot of stories originate from other stories.
Sure, someone heard this once and took it and made it their own and spawned children's stories.
Well, we Budke are the original storytellers.
Exactly, yes.
One of the reasons that I wanted to meet and enjoy this time with you.
A double eyebrow raise. There you go.
Though you may hide your trinket, you cannot hide from us.
And I wasn't trying to. I only did not want to cause problems.
It is appreciated. You can learn something else.
That is why I think it went away.
And perhaps you can teach those pompous eggheads a thing or two about proper storytelling.
I don't get along with most of them anyway. The only one I get along with was my master.
Male?
Yes, unfortunately.
Male.
But for reporter students who care about the stories, he was amazing.
She nods, kind of furrows her mouth. I do hope you enjoyed the story. It's nightcap time. And then we'll rest.
It is sleep time. Thank you, though.
It's nightcap time.
No.
It's nightcap time.
I call him and I kick him. No. Nightcap time.
They hand out what looks like moonshine. Like little tiny thimbles of moonshine.
Okay.
Come on,
For
Pinjack.
the adults, strawberries like,
This will make you help. This will help make you feel better.
he's like smitten with melody. He's like, "Whoa, wow, it's a really good story. Thanks." She looks at him like, "You weren't supposed to drink that, but sure, whatever." Great. With yes,
17 for that insight.
17 for that insight.
Sorry, before we.
Okay. As a scribe and a highly intelligent individual, there's something occurs to you, like you had half the picture and the other picture is kind of like whizzing past like a slot machine, and it just kind of fits in for a moment before it fades away again. You're like, raised an army to get rid of an army. Whatever did happen to the ancient Elven Empire's army.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you get before you guys set up your tents. Does everybody have tents?
I have 3.
I believe we all do now.
Yeah, because
We also have the hut too.
After that initial part, I bought 3 way back when.
Yeah.
Great. So, and you have the hut. You guys bed down for the evening.
I don't, but I have the hut, so.
Yeah, great. So you guys can decide between yourselves who's in the hut and who is in the tent.
I would say all of us in the hut because at least they can't get in.
I should definitely be in the hut in case there's,
Yeah.
No, please don't.
Speaking
burn
of
down
which-
that camp log.
You guys figure that out right now. Who's in the tent? Who's in the hut? I need to know.
I can be in the tent.
Well, I'm the one who has to cast the hut, so I have to be inside.
Yeah, of course.
I could be in the tent with you.
Okay.
Leave you alone.
I mean, I'm just going to.
Sofka will keep an eye. Sofka will stay who's ever's alone.
Do anything.
Just stay.
So we have the answer.
I'll camp outside too.
Okay, so you'll be in a tent,
I don't know.
and you'll be in the hut with him. Okay, cool. Please roll the thing that you're supposed to roll.
Oh, and Twigs. So I got Twig when we were waiting, so he's
Right, but this happened. This is just determine what's going to happen, and then we'll do perception checks when people are on watch.
Jog, I think there's something I can do to help you when you're sleeping.
Oh,
Yes. I will cast Intellect Fortress on Log before he passes out.
Okay, so here's the deal. That gives him
No, it's not.
it gives him advantage on
It is,
intelligence
but
saving
that's
throws.
not.
Correct?
Right, but I meant.
Yeah, it gives him. So he has. For 1 hour, he has resistance psychic advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
Okay, cool. So, the mechanics are here a little wonky because it's a made-up mechanic and dynamic that we made. So here's what I'll do. You can roll what it is that you're going to roll at advantage, and you get to choose either total. Does that make sense?
You can choose to fail it, is what he's saying.
You can choose good or bad.
Well, no,
Depending on your.
I don't think we don't know what those numbers necessarily
Yeah.
mean.
If
right?
I'm
He's
doing this
saying
right, or am I messing up?
He
Let me
can
see the
roll
thing
2
again.
different dice, so and he can choose.
Let's see the rules that we did.
Oh,
okay.
I'm so sorry. There's so much
I think I was
Well, written
TJ
over
was
it,
saying there.
That's okay.
It's more like one of those random table So, kind so of from what things.
yeah.
So
Okay, cool.
and it's written in kind of weird shorthand for
That's
certain
okay.
stuff.
But that was, this was really,
Right. So you can roll your save at advantage.
Okay.
You can roll your save at advantage. And what I'm saying is that if one is a fail, you can choose to fail if you so choose.
Okay.
Or like if one is you want like you can you know what I'm talking about. You get it.
I'm trying to think of a situation where I want it to fail.
moon dust that gives you temporary healing points.
No,
That was good.
that's one success.
That was a good one. That was a
Well,
success.
if you're surrounded by people that may not be the best.
That's true. Which these
Yeah,
people are
but you
weird.
do have to decide.
A literal sleeper agent, if you will.
If he ever gets out.
Right.
Okay, so 16.
Okay. Wait.
So that's a success. That's good stuff.
Okay, good.
16. Would you please then roll the percentile? Right. That's what we do, right? 'Cause it's a good. Oh, it's not the wild stuff, right?
Right, and so that's only on the specific spells that I cast.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So it's just a good thing. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I have to look.
Yeah,
at
we haven't even had that happen yet.
Yeah. Oh no, we did.
No, not the me casting spells and stuff coming up. It happened once. I succeeded, and then that's when the brain dogs fucked me. So I never even got to roll the damage that success would have enabled
This is brain dogs.
because of brain dogs.
Okay, cool. Okay, so as the two moons pierce the veil of Liamin's tiny hut, you gain a long rest within the course of 30 minutes.
Ooh. Nice. Sweet.
So you wake up 30 minutes after sleeping and you're fully rested. And you feel like you could do the rest of the night and into the next day until you got the rest of the group rest, the long rest. No problem. As you feel invigorated by the rays of the two full moons. You also have an innate feeling that in your wolf form, you might be considerably larger. Cool. That's that. Shade.
Yes.
You wake up at Tiffany's bed.
Yes.
Do you eat breakfast there,
Her
please?
hand is in your face and on your cheek like this. Her leg is like stick into your pelvic muscle right here as she's completely starfish. But you still slept okay. You're used to roughing it. Whenever you like, you can sleep. You could sleep literally standing up with your eyes open if you wanted to. Cool. You wake up. Tiffany is still sleeping. She'll sleep in if you let her.
Okay. Oh, you mean like you asked me whether or not I let her?
Yeah.
No, I'll wake her up.
Okay. How do you wake her up?
I'm like, hey, Tiffany. Tiffany. Get up. Get up, Tiffany.
Bad bitch. Goddamn. What? What? Oh, right. Hey. Oh, hi. Sorry. Totally forgot. You were like, oh, slumber party. What did we do? Did we do anything fun? Oh, wait. You threw the dagger at the...
Yes.
That was fun.
We killed a man together.
Yeah.
Can I roll for any gay fun?
If you'd like to, yeah. I'll...
Or can I just say that the gay fun happens as well?
Is that Shade's leanings?
Yes, I am gay, so Shade is also gay. I've never made a straight character.
She's down for whatever. So if you want to initiate it, go ahead and roll a performance check.
Well, I'm saying it already happened.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a performance check to see how good it
Roll a
was.
performance check at advantage
Why at advantage?
because I'm gay.
What the fuck?
But you're up at 20 health.
That means I have
No.
No,
She got
it
a
mean-
ton of health from that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
that means that I have a background in it and doing gay stuff. Is
That
what
means
I'm
you
saying.
can add your proficiency.
Killer. That's not your character. Get the fuck out of here. You would have to tell me specifically something that you were doing, and if it's creative enough, I will give you advantage. That kind of thing.
What do you mean?
You don't have to get gory with the details. I'm just saying, like
my character?
yeah, your character. Like, are they trying to?
Is she doing a
Are they
special
doing
thing?
anything specially romantic or whatever? Or if you don't want to get into it, we don't.
I have to come up with something. I have to come up with something that's worth it. That'll get me an advantage.
Yeah.
Other devices involved.
He makes me do
Stop.
Magic.
Did you use spell work in the bedroom?
No, because then does that mess up with my spell slots?
Because you're about to sleep, you'll get them all back.
Would that give me an
You
advantage?
probably also have cantrips.
Sure.
Like-
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mage hand.
Okay. Come on. Don't get nasty with it.
You're taking it.
You can use some spell slots to make things interesting. You can get advantage on your. You just rolled one of them. Roll a second one, whichever one's higher.
But do I Wait, do I wake up with my full spell slot though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. It's a long rest. You get everything back.
I'm just making
Full health,
sure.
Everything.
I'm just making sure.
After a full night's rest, you essentially to
20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You rolled a natural 1. So she did the whole SpongeBob
kind of
like
laying
4
there.
limbs in the air. But you like you
You make
tuckered
it.
her out to the point where she was so sleepy that you tuckered her out.
Okay.
For you, it was a little less satisfying.
Yes. No, than that one.
Yes. She's fabulous on the outside. Probably was her first time.
Anyway, so we're up. I didn't know that. But okay, so we're up.
Yeah. Yeah. Just because that's not something that assassins just be like, oh hey, what the fuck? Like that's not
Hey, we got downtime.
for you could do that. Tiffany is like, she has this air of like, oh yeah, I'm totally been used to lying through it too.
Okay.
Good way to get over killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Night
The next morning, you are pumped.
By getting under
go. You also have 20 temporary hit points
Okay.
that persist from that potion
Okay.
because you killed somebody within 24 hours.
Hell yeah. Poor musician.
He was dead anyway.
Yeah, that's true. If anything, I put him out of his misery. He didn't have to play throughout the night.
She would have elongated. Tiffany would have elongated the pain.
Exactly. Okay.
He still had his eyes.
Exactly. He still had his eyes. So regardless, he had to die.
Great.
Okay.
So you wake up. She's like, "Oh yeah, we have to go, don't we? We have to do
Yes.
the thing."
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool. Let me just get my handy haversack, and then we'll get to go.
Okay.
She gets this bright pink handy haversack. She throws it over. She's like, "Where is it?" Like this tiny little, tiny little backpack behind her, and she gets her like extremely deadly sides and packs them up and like
little
puts
Hello
poison
Kitty
on them. Yeah, it's got a little Hello Kitty up there. Whatever.
They have, like,
Don't at me, Hello Kitty. And you see that like the handles or like the hilts. I'm sorry, the pommels of the sides are like bedazzled.
Yes.
And
Gems.
she's like, "I'm ready to go. Are you?"
And then I tell her that I still have to talk to the shadow.
She's so
A bummer, yeah. But
do you know that she's like wants to stay where she is? Like she doesn't want to like. She's been like offered a promotion like 4 times, and she's like, "No,
hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I guess." It's just like it's just like no motivation.
Your work.
Exactly.
You have to work a day in your life.
Exactly. So I guess like I'll let. I don't know. Maybe Tiffany's gotta like I don't know, put on makeup or something. So I'll let her like get ready, finish her rest of her preparations.
Bitch, I wake up like this.
Oh, okay. And then, well, regardless, I have to go also now talk to the shadow. I also have to go talk to Shadow now. So
Okay.
I mean, I guess Tiffany can come. No, Tiffany can't come because Tiffany doesn't have any decorum.
She's right behind you.
Okay, so
The door is open to Tiffany's room, and the shadow is standing in the doorway.
They've been standing there all night long. To go.
I assume the shadow will say something first. I assume
The shadow does not say anything.
the shadow does not say.
The shadow is
I got
has
this
this
assignment like 8 hours ago.
like has this gray hair. You don't know if she dyes it or not. This dark black, like not black, but deep gunmetal armor with gold gilding. The same like the red crimson loincloth and cape and everything. And her blades are already drawn. And you see that the tips of them are glowing this like pearlescent purple that fades down the blade. And both of them are glowing like that. And she just kind of looks at, well, again, no eyes. None of you have eyes. You all are wearing these like circlets that go around your eyes, and your hair drapes in front of your eyes. And looks at you, at least moves their head towards you, moves their head toward Tiffany, just says, "Now that you're rested, we should go."
Yes. And then
I will meet you. I will meet you at our gathering post.
wait before you go. Like So this is my mission, so I need you to refer to me before we do anything, okay? No, we...
Keep my eyes closed. Let's see you go.
Yes. So, you follow my lead.
Are you telling me that I report to you?
No, I'm not saying that. That's what you heard, but that's not what I said. I said, just follow my lead.
Go ahead. Intimidation. Absolutely. Yeah, you're trying to be like, no, I'm the bad bitch here.
Exactly.
I'm the boss.
My mission.
Exactly. Okay, all right, I'm going to use purple.
That would be difficult. Like with how much body language is visual.
Yeah.
Not physically being able to see other people.
Think about their blind sight as like Daredevil sight. Like even the
Echolocation, basically.
yeah, it's like even like the subtle beat of a heartbeat can like make them see everything.
But still, like, you wouldn't necessarily notice the shape of somebody's mouth or...
Dirty 20.
No more.
Dirty 20?
Their body's reactions.
Yeah.
You see her, like, you feel her, you can hear the muscles in her face frown. And like, you just kind of like, and she's like, after you, the shade.
And I go, thank you, the shadow.
And she like bows very like
Dramatically, yeah.
like over dramatically,
Yeah.
like way over the top, and lets you and like waits for you to go through the door first.
Okay. So we
Unless you want me to meet
had you may meet us. Do you have something else that you need to be doing right now?
I'll meet you there.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry for disturbing you, the shadow.
Walks off.
Okay. So then we head to the
So it's just you and Tiffany alone if you
Yes.
wanted to do anything.
it's just is she gonna meet us there, I assume?
Yeah, the shadow went off on her thing. Like she's not gonna teleport with you. She's gonna go.
Okay.
She's gonna meet you at the destination.
Yes.
You and Tiffany are there, and Tiffany goes like, Rama.
So
She's like so edgelord.
yeah, she's very much an edgelord. So we head to the teleportation elevator.
Cool, great. It's not like an elevator. It's like it's a room that's
Yeah, yeah.
contained. You do just to describe what you see in this. Of course, none of you know this, so fuck off. It is like the wall around here sparkles with this like crystalline type of. It looks like it's embedded into the wall, and the stonework itself as it sparkles within there, and you can just like hear the photons like ping, 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 ping off the photons coming from the torches off of the crystals. It appears that like this wall, and even with your blind sight, you've always only ever seen static when you approach this room. But when the doors open, you can then see in the room, but then the walls around it have always been static to you. And you just know this room. And the only other room that's like this is the inner sanctum. And you walk in, and there is a blind cultist of nondescript description, in a long robe, just standing there, that just waits in this chamber, like day and night. There is even like a chamber pot here that gets emptied every once in a while. And there's a bed of hay that he sleeps in here. He is here all the time. He does not speak. His mouth has been sewn shut. And he holds in his hand, he doesn't hold in his hand is burned around a piece, like his flesh has been fused because it's been burned around a piece of terrazine that has been encased in spent terrazine. And it just is like, has become a part of his hand. Like he can't let go of it. And he just stands there, and his head goes up. He does not have eyes either. He hears you coming in. And you just hear two taps with his foot on the floor, which means he's asking you destination.
The destination I choose is to. Oh, what's the music? I go back to this area because that's the last time that's where the body is.
This is different than your teleport spell.
Okay.
This is a teleportation circle.
Okay.
This can only go to other teleportation circles.
Okay.
There are teleportation circles that, guys, you cannot know this information. There are
Block it out.
other teleportation circles that have been put in clandestine and secret locations throughout the world.
Okay.
There is one in the underground.
Okay.
So if you say Minheim, he'll send you to
Okay. So then that's where I'm going.
Secret Assassination Squad has assassination drop points.
So surprising.
Especially in a main town.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Don't be like that. Cool. So
Can't use them yet, so.
great. He taps his foot once as like knowing that you've done it. He then takes his hand, puts it to his temple, and you see like a strand of like blue ethereal energy get like, pulled out of his temple, almost as the thought of casting the spell is transferred into the Terrazine itself, and then he puts the Terrazine thing, his hand, onto the circle, and all the runes start to light up. It's time to walk in to get transported. You and Tiffany slaps you on the back. They're like. You get the sense that she's not quite sure how to act around you now that you've done the deed. She's like, let's go, buddy. And then just quickly like, oh shit, that was dumb, and just jumps into the circle and teleports away. She was like, shit, just go, run. And she runs in the circle, and she disappears.
Okay. And I step in after.
And you step in, and you disappear. Both of you appear in a completely dark, but doesn't matter to you. Old stonework, obviously underground somewhere in Midnight. You know your way out of here. You come here by these means before. You can make your way above ground. Where is your first destination?
The first destination is the basement. Yeah.
Okay. Very, very easy to get here. You don't need to roll any like survival or anything like that. You know how to get here because you know exactly where you're going. But you're attempting to be unseen, however, yes? So go ahead and roll stealth checks, and Tiffany will roll them with you.
Oh my gosh.
She have to roll a disadvantage.
Yes.
She's bright.
She's not bright pink. She's more of a metallic puce.
Oh, dang it. Sorry, does that count? Because it didn't hit. It hit. Okay. Just
Unless you meant to drop it.
no, I didn't. Okay, so stealth, 22. I mean, no, actually 23.
You and Tiffany are unseen. You don your crimson cloaks, and you disappear into the night. You make your way back here. The familiar scent of rotting dead enters your nostrils, and for you, it's for both of you, it's especially potent because of how refined your sense of smell is, but you're also very trained as to dulling down certain senses in order to enhance others, so you can control how strong your senses are. You come down, make your way down the steps, and at the bottom of the steps you see a shadow standing there, waiting. So you long.
I know, right? What a drag.
We were literally right behind you.
Exactly. Okay.
Could have been more than like 5 minutes.
Yeah, definitely not. Okay. I never know what it's like when you're expecting me to respond. Once again, we've determined that the shade is very, she's mostly silent, so she just kind of just acknowledges that the shadow just spoke to her, but then goes to the body. Shadow
then again,
yeah, exactly.
gratuitously bows it to you and references the body that's still here.
Okay. So I walk up to the body.
Roll a perception check for me.
Roll a perception check. Okay. Because actually, I was gonna ask about that, but okay.
This is for something different, but but you can ask about stuff.
Okay. Perception. 21.
21. You see, you sense Tiffany go like, to the shadow, and like the shadow will like kind of like turn, and like she doesn't need to see, since you kind of like already sensed it, but like Tiffany was like, or she could see me just stick out my thumb no matter what she's looking, and she's like, and you notice that as well.
That's awesome. I'm glad I had a good roll for that. So I go up to the body, and like I realize, like I noticed that the amulet that's supposed to be
Still on her.
the amulet that's supposed to teleport her is
make
still
any
on her,
sense.
and then the amulet that
The
was
chain is snapped.
Broken.
and the chain is broken, and then I know
You didn't repair the chain.
I don't have Mend. I don't have
Yeah, okay.
means to.
We didn't do it. Yeah.
and then the other amulet,
So
which
like
was
the
the
amulet
cyanide.
it stayed like on her sternum, resting on her sternum with the chains just kind of draped around.
Yeah, and then I also noticed that the not the cyanide pill, but the thing that's
Terazine.
equivalent,
That
the Terazine
disintegrates.
is like something that it's like it's
It's gone,
disintegrated,
missing.
but her body's not disintegrated.
Right,
It's missing, but she's
so
not
the-
disintegrated.
Yeah, right. Because you search her body and you don't see her second contingency on her, and you're like, did they take it?
Mm-hmm.
Did it get used and it didn't work?
Mm-hmm.
If she has the necklace on, why didn't she teleport?
Mm-hmm.
The necklace is broken.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean it was moved at some point and then put back? Why would they do that?
That never makes sense.
I'm scared.
So you pretty much get with that high roll. You get you Sherlock Holmes the scene. You
the thing,
understand
yes.
the scene.
Yes, yes.
You also notice that the bodies that were killed have been moved, which doesn't really mean too much to you. Things have been removed from them, but again, nothing really means anything to you, unless it means to you that did I miss something? Was the idol on one of these bodies and they were searching for it? Do they not know where it is too?
I feel like I think I noticed the bodies have been moved and searched, including most specifically the big guy, like the leader.
The
And so,
drow.
yes, and so I
The drow
assume,
leader.
and so I'm gonna assume that whoever was here might have taken the idol. Do I have to roll for that? Or because
No, that could just be like, yeah, that's up. So that's up to you. So like, really, like, it's just about. Shade is a very like intelligent individual. That's not without the realm of possibility of like her conclusion that she would come to. It's not here. Bodies were moved, things were searched.
Then
The
again,
only
it
other
wasn't
person
here
that you
the
know
first
that
time you looked either.
yeah, the only person that you know that was here before they arrived was the little gnome Pinjack. Not that you know his name,
Yeah.
but him. He's not here.
Yeah, the little gnome's not here. We missed him.
Yeah.
And also, so could I use? So this is
Where's Pinjack?
He's with us.
He's with you in
Yeah.
the tent. Okay.
okay. So then my question.
Are you in the dome?
No,
Okay.
it's the two of us. In the
My question is like, so could I, my passive perception or my passive wisdom or whatever, because I have this integral connection to all of the other people that, I trained with or what, or, such.
Yeah, I mean,
like
it's
that.
weaker when you're farther apart.
Of
but
course.
it's stronger when, like, death happens.
Exactly. So, do I perceive that I can still sense, like, Sasha's soul, even though she's no longer, even though her body, she's a dead body.
Very, very good question. I'll say you can go ahead. Insight is insight wisdom.
Yeah. Insight is wisdom. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll an insight check at advantage due to this connection.
Okay.
But the soul passes
That
on
too.
anyway.
No, it doesn't. It's stuck in my hammer.
Fuck, I didn't do great on either of those. 16.
16 is good.
Yeah, okay.
16 is good.
Okay.
10 is average.
Oh, okay.
10, like 5 is like 10 is like a normal check. 15 is like difficult check. 20 is very difficult check.
Oh, okay.
25 is like near impossible, and 30 is impossible, but you
Yeah.
can still pass.
You better have the modifiers in the nat 20 to hit a 30 basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And like, things like inspiration and other stuff. So, you get the sense that something is not enhanced here. Something like her essence is fighting, constantly fighting. It has not reached its destination. It is fighting and fighting and fighting. But you also don't sense that it's very far. which to you, because you don't have a connection with the body, you have a connection with the soul of your sisters. So your connection with the soul is what you sense. You don't sense anything from this body. And the fact that you don't sense anything from this body and it's still intact and it hasn't been given like the rights that you usually give it is very odd. It's jarring to you. And like you're sensing, and what you're sensing is like somebody pounding on the glass, pounding on the glass and not being able to leave. And which you take that however you want to take that. And it's not far away.
Okay. So, then I ask Tiffany if she can, because I say all this. Okay. It's just like, it's different when you guys are talking to each other. I'm talking to two like people.
You got it.
Yes, Tiffany. Yes.
You're an actor. You got it.
Okay, so I guess I'll just talk to you.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
All right.
it never gets any easier.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, British accent.
That's not true.
British
It
accent.
gets easy.
British accent. The life of the wife was ended by the knife. Okay.
The life of the wife.
The life of the wife is ended by the knife. Okay. So, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Tiffany.
I'm sorry.
Would you mind taking this Sasha's body and taking it back to the teleportation circle?
Sure.
And then could you meet back up with us?
Sure. I mean, that'll take a little bit, but sure. You gonna go like bust some heads in or things stuff?
I feel Sasha's soul somewhere out there
Right?
still, and so I'm going to go look for it.
I know. Like my gems have been telling me like there's something over there.
Yeah.
I feel it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the power.
Wherever she is, she's not at rest.
No, she's not. She's. I mean, she was bad, but she's like right now. She's like bad. So yeah. Sure. Of course, she picks up the body. No big deal. Just goes over and yeah, I'll take it back to Sanctum, get her cleaned up or whatever, or get her cleaned. I'm gonna just find you and I'll come back as soon as I can.
Yes.
Hurry or.
If you can't hurry, please.
All right. I mean, I'll probably be like half hour,
That's
maybe an hour,
that's perfect.
maybe an hour.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll find you.
Yes. Run.
Okay. She runs past the shadow. Okay. And
I love Tiffany.
off into the night.
Tiffany is my favorite character. Okay.
A red-cloaked individual carrying a body through the streets is not entirely stealthy.
Yes. But isn't it nighttime?
It is. However, it is nighttime. However, actually, you don't know any of this, so I'm not gonna tell you.
Wait, is it? I'm sorry, because I was elsewhere. Is it actually like 4 a.m. or something like that? Is it still the 23rd?
Well, it's earlier than that. It's like midnight.
Is it still? Oh, it's still.
You guys are dead. You're in the middle of your long rest.
23rd of High. I just for record keeping 23rd of High
Oh, yeah, sure.
at this
it's
point.
midnight. Fuck
Okay,
it.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Make it easy.
Sorry.
No, it makes sense. It's like midnight, yeah.
Well, I mean, so now I'm nervous because I don't want Tiffany being my favorite character. I don't want to get hurt or get caught or anything like that.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it.
What?
Nothing you can do about it.
Draw a relationship to the fictional character.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Wrong.
You're supposed to roll better, TJ.
No, he's not. I already sent a separate message to TJ a while ago. Like, you better not killing my family.
I was like, Ken. Red?
Don't wait.
That's
So
why we leave all our favorite characters back in other areas.
can you please
That's
don't
awesome.
kill Tiffany? If there's anything that you do in this
Not up to
campaign,
me. It's up to the dice. Not up to me.
dirty dice. Okay. Anyway, so then so
And then so the shadow's like, can we get on with it now?
they say patience is a virtue.
Choose tolerance.
Yes, and that works on both sides. Anyway, so I think we should follow this energy that I'm getting to try to.
Realizing that now.
No, I'm just saying it out loud so you also understand. Anyway, let's go. Out the door. Yes, after me. Yes, that's exactly what's happening. After me. I like stomp out.
Right.
So you are attempting to use your expert tracking skills and this. So go ahead and roll a survival check at advantage with the aid of this like compass, like this mind compass that you have.
Come on, don't let me down, dice. That is, my brain don't work. That is 23.
23. You like have a bead on where you're going. You like know exactly where you're going. Go ahead and roll stealth checks, please, to see how quiet you are and stealthy through the night.
Okay. 18? 17.
17. It's still pretty good. You hear behind you, still shrouded in this red cloak, shit! As you are moving across the rooftops to get somewhere, she completely just falls off the rooftop down to an alley on top of a guard.
That
roll a natural 1 for her stealth. That was the shadow.
That was a shadow.
Not a good shadow.
Falls off of the roof, and you go as she falls directly on top of a guard. Let's see if the guard is still conscious. The guard is very much still conscious. You know, because you have split-second assassin reaction time, that you have like seconds to like get rid of this guy before he raises an alarm.
Yes.
What do you do?
Oh, okay, so I mean, do I murder or was Shadow murder?
Shadow
just fell.
She's a little preoccupied.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up to you if you want to help her or not.
Like, while I do not...
Because you could just get away.
While I don't necessarily enjoy her company, she still is within the same company. Yeah, exactly.
She's well trained. She can take care of herself.
That's true.
You can stop. You have to stop with the peanut gallery. Has to stop with the commentary.
Okay.
My commentary to myself. Thank you.
I blurred his commentary.
The guard is still very much conscious. Okay.
5, 4, 3.
What did I just roll for? I rolled a 19, whatever it is.
Are you trying to attack?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I just like go to sleep? You know, like
so you try to jump down there, and just like choke and just like sleeper hold.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're trying to like jump down the Vulcan nerve pinch.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, okay. So roll an athletics check for a grapple check.
I rolled a 19.
A 19. You win the grapple check.
With my athletics, it's 20.
20. Okay, you win the grapple check.
Okay.
You have grappled with him. Now roll another athletics check to see if you're able to knock him out.
Okay.
Just because he's a simple guard and you are an expert assassin. So I just have to put it, this is how I'm simulating it. Yeah. Go ahead.
If I'm an expert assassin, I feel like I should just automatically put him in sleep.
There's the 5% chance you get that.
6.
16. So he's still awake and he's going...
I try again.
It is his turn. He takes his mace out and smacks you in the head with it.
You're the worst assassin.
It hits you with it. Is it 18 hit you?
Does the 18 hit me? No.
Because you're not dancing, right? Or you're not singing, right?
No, but the 18 doesn't hit me.
So it's 5 less than that.
Yeah,
It's 5
It's
less.
5 less
so
than it?
18 does hit you.
Does he give you your AC when you're dancing?
Yeah, 20 is when you're AC when you're singing. Yeah,
It's 5. It's plus 5, right?
yeah
Well,
because it's
depends
plus
on
her
her
intelligence
intelligence.
modifier.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yes, it's plus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so you're going to take some damage here.
Well, I should have just left her alone.
You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and he like smacks you in the cheek, and like it pings off of your like metal blindfold.
Okay. So
That's his only attack, and that's all he can do because he can't move.
yes. Oh, okay. Of course.
It's your turn again.
Yes. Okay.
It is the shadow. The shadow. No, it's still your turn.
So do I have to roll another athletic check to determine if I can make him go to sleep?
Yeah. Contested.
If he's grappled, does she get this at advantage?
No, grapple. That's restrained.
He's
Okay, never
just
mind.
still grappled. She doesn't have to
Okay.
make the grapple check. She just
Okay.
has to make
You had to
the choke.
put him in the hold and then hold it until he falls asleep.
I would like to say that I'm cussing out Shadow this entire time. Like, this is your fucking bitch. You think this is your fucking fault? This fucking guard will go to fucking sleep.
Bloody stupid.
And what language are you saying this in?
Exactly. Listen, he's got a very strong neck.
This is a dwarf. He has a very thick
Yeah, very thick neck. Come on.
And probably arm.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
God, go to sleep.
2. Yeah, so what's the total on your athletic check?
21.
21. So you just say go to sleep. He just goes, bing, ding, ding, ding. And his windows shut down, like, and just completely, and he ends up collapsing on top of Shadow. Like, oh,
Jesus Christ!
and she like pushes him off of her, and she like glares at you. If she had eyes, she would be glaring at you.
Okay.
And but she's like,
and
thank you.
you're welcome.
Yes. And she just grumbles as she starts to climb the building.
And I climb right next
You
to
got
it.
it. Cool. With very little effort for the rest of the yeah.
Okay.
Very little effort
I was
for the
like,
rest
come
of
on,
the evening.
Shadow.
You make it. You find that your destination is outside the Minheim outside. You make it to what looks like a kind of like a circled caravan, a little bit side to the circled caravans near Vardos and other individuals. As a smoldering red ember fire is dying down, you see you didn't change the color or anything of it, right? It's just regular.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see a not glowing but just a magical hut, like a dome, with 3 tents.
2 tents.
2 tents. On the grass beneath the stars. You are unseen, you are unheard, you are entirely unnoticed. And you hear... It appears that the group that you... Because you recognize the heartbeats, the group that you had encountered before is fast asleep. Oh, you're awake.
In Conkin, we got
cool.
Twig.
What was your stealth?
My stealth was it 24? I think it was between 21 and 24. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's okay. I think it was 23.
Oh,
I think
well, there you go. It's in between. 23.
Go ahead and roll a perception check as you wake up and are on watch. Twig can roll one too. And did you summon Shakar?
No, but my intention before going into sleep was writing down the jots of flashes for the spells that I would have gotten at the level. Just I didn't get a chance to role play.
That's fine. Sure. So this is banishment.
Yay.
And this is what is the other one? Gravity
sinkhole.
Gravity sinkhole.
Well, I'm not going to be able to see. And I still see either of these. So one's an 18, the other one's a 3.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, there's a reason why they are legendary assassins. Some people just can't see them. You do not. You do see an individual because you can see through the dome, right?
Yep.
Do see.
I can see through the dome. She can't see through the dome.
It's opaque to her.
Yep.
It's like opaque and orange.
Yep.
Okay. So there's an opaque orange dome that appears to be magical with 2 other tents.
Mm-hmm.
You sense, and the heartbeats you recognize are within these tents and this dome. The sound still comes.
Yeah, I'm gonna double check that real quick. But
I believe we did.
Yeah,
You said
yeah.
before that.
Yeah, I believe so too. I'm just double checking.
So you are not aware that one of these are. You think? Actually, roll a
Actual spell scrolls.
Oh.
So whenever she learns a new spell, like these are her magic spell book.
I make
Oh,
one
cool.
for her so she can put them in her book.
I steal them. Here you go.
So do me a favor, roll a perception check.
Okay.
And then depending on how well you do on this is going to depend of whether you can recognize an awake breathing gait, like awake breathing rhythm, or sleeping breathing rhythm.
Okay.
Whether you know whether there's like you're awake.
Don't let me down. Purple die. You let me down. 12.
Well,
I like that purple though.
you think everybody's asleep.
Okay. Okay, so can I is it so fine tuned that I know I can feel what tent the source of
With a 12, you imagine that faster beating hearts of smaller individuals are in the tent to the right, the left.
I think she's looking for the soul.
Yeah, I'm saying the soul.
Her tether.
Yeah, my tether.
Oh, the soul.
Is the tether strong
That's
enough
not
that I
a
can
that's
tell?
not a heartbeat. If you're looking for the soul,
Yeah.
yes, no, you have a clock.
I know exactly what
You
tent
know
is
what
in.
tent it's in. It's in the other tent.
Okay.
It's in the tent to the right.
Okay.
The tent to the left has faster beating hearts of smaller individuals. Doesn't mean you live less. Just you usually have smaller individuals who have faster heartbeat. And whereas you're still short, but you're still a medium creature, so you have a regular heartbeat, and you sense the tether in that tent.
Okay, so I say to Shadow, I say, just once again, just follow my lead, okay?
I don't want to get burned by a log.
If she could roll her eyes.
Yes, if she could roll her eyes, she would. Stay outside the tent. Keep a lookout. And I'm gonna go inside this tent, okay?
And if I see something, I kill it. Yes.
We
push it from this existence.
just these people are not our objective. So if we don't have to kill anyone, then we shouldn't. So if you can, just I don't know, teleport them to a fucking boat. I don't know. I don't care. but just watch my back, okay?
Seems like I'm less trouble than it's worth, but you're in charge.
Okay.
And she bows like we're talking like Black Widow deep, like all the way down. Like you bowed deeper than her when you went back, and now she's like, no, fuck you, no, fuck you.
And she's like a face on the ground.
Yeah. Or like the tet of her head touches the bottom of the ground.
Okay. So I sneaks into there.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Can we roll perception?
This is passive perception. Well, no, you are asleep. This is full passive perception. It's like if I could do passive at disadvantage, you guys are unconscious. Sorry.
20.
20.
A dirty 20.
What is your passive perception?
19.
I would give you a roll if she didn't beat your passive perception. Does that sound fair? Yep. But she did. So,
If I had +5 wisdom, it would be 20.
But you don't.
Even your perception check was like 19, right?
Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
So I
Silently slink into the tent. And that's where we're going to take our break. Okay, guys, thank you. Head over to the next episode if you're watching this episode, but we'll be right back if you're watching this live. Thank you so much. Bye. Stay safe out there.